be able to read more about former Dalton Mayor Tiffany Henyard's side of the story. She is releasing a book called Standing on Business after facing scrutiny and a tough election loss. Pre-sale copies are priced at, am I getting this right, $99 a book? All of this as Henyard remains under FBI investigation for her handling of village finances. I do a lot of reading. I don't know that I've ever paid $99 for a book.
Yeah. She's standing on business.
I do a lot of reading. Okay. Yeah. All right.
That's what makes Tiffany Henyard the news. Remember when ABC, CBS, NBC, and WGN started to go live at the board meetings just because Tiffany Henyard was there? Now, no one's at the board meetings. Did they even care about our community? Or was Tiffany Henyard just big news? So yes, it makes sense. And now they're promoting her $99.99 book. It's crazy. The news is laughing about it, but got them promoting it for free. And taxpayers, what's going on in your township?
Exactly. And there was another similarity was there was a little lack of reaction to some of the public comment.
That was tense.
It got a little tense at one point. Yeah. You can see later in the video during the public comment, there was a tense moment.
Janelle Taylor had some very, she expressed some frustration with the ordinance that was revoked at the last meeting. And we expressed some of the same frustration. And she wanted answers. And the board kind of stared at her blank-faced for a minute before Supervisor Harris finally said something
after she said, anyone?
Good job, Janelle Taylor.
Yes, way to go, Janelle.
Yes.
Holding power to account there.
And Supervisor Harris did go into more detail during his report later on in the meeting, but it was tense because Janelle is a member of the public and she wanted her elected officials to reassure her or educate her or inform her about this vote. And they were not immediately responsive.
And you know, we don't want to be having flashbacks to the previous administration. If anyone, and I know some of you out there have seen Tiffany Henyard's response to public comment, but there was a lot of that. We certainly hope that people feel welcome to offer public comment and can get a reply.
Yes. So those were similarities, places that we feel still need work. We're not the meeting police, but these are things we notice.
Correct. And
let me apologize first. I really cannot hear you. I didn't have my hearing aid in, and when I do, I'm back too far. At a previous meeting, you repealed an ordinance that you had regarding self-promotion in the literature for the township. And I'm probably not stating it correctly, but I have a problem with that. I'm not understanding it, and I hope someone can give me more clarity on that because it was a point of contention with the previous administration. Everywhere we looked, we saw her or her name. So I'd like to know why that was repealed, why is going to be maybe restated, or what was the reason for repealing it? Do you understand what I'm asking about? Anybody?
Yes. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. We understand the question, and we will get back to you on that.
What did you say, sir?
We understand the question, and we will get back to you regarding the ordinance.
Tell me what you said, because I can.
He understands the question, and he will get back to you regarding the ordinance.
Would you mind providing your contact info, please?
Honestly, I don't know what you're saying.
She has it. Trustee Stubbs has it.
I have no information.
Thank you.
They asked for your contact information, but they said Trustee Stubbs has it already. They said Trustee Stubbs tweeted it to them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I think it's an answer that everybody would want, though, not just me.
And last we have Al Kendall.
Okay.
It is going to be done. We need it. So it's coming.
And then what you explained to us about what was the personal rescission of the ordinance of?
That means we cannot use township funds and if you're running for something else personally. You know,
This
Tiffany
one.
had her name on everything.
Yeah, I was
We
going
can't do that.
Oh, see, I was confused. I thought rescinding it was saying that you guys could use.
The ordinance was that she was doing it. We're stopping that.
Oh, okay.
She was in the ordinance to do it. We're not going to do it. It can't be done.
Okay, most people thought you were repealing the images.
No,
That's
we cannot do that.
perfect.
Hey guys, so clearly here we hear Trustee Avant telling Ryan, no, that's not what it means. We will not put our face on anything. We cannot do that. That's what Tiffany did. We will not do that. Now let's hear from the Lansing Journal.
Time was missed.
Yeah, and that was especially important for a couple of the items on the agenda, which we were not clear what these, the ordinance one, for example. An ordinance was revoked tonight, and there was absolutely no discussion. This is an ordinance that had been just enacted in 2024, less than a year ago. And now, in the first meeting of this new board, it's being rescinded.
Right.
That I felt like deserved some discussion.
And it was specifically, it's an ordinance specifically, not an ordinance anymore, related to using township property to promote one's personal image. I'm paraphrasing. So it was certainly something that was a sensitive issue. And I think anytime you're rescinding something, you're repealing an ordinance, I think that's a great time to have a little bit of discussion about it and to explain, why something that we decided was important enough to codify into law, we now believe is important enough to rescind. A bit confusing.
Yeah, and you talked to Trustee Gonzalez after the meeting, and did you get an explanation?
He offered a bit of an explanation. He said that it was time, rescinding the ordinance was helping things get back to normal, that it was basically paraphrasing, that it was an ordinance put in place to kind of rein in Tiffany Henyard, and now that she was gone, they don't necessarily need those reins, and we're not sure that's true.
Right. I mean, I remember when those ordinances were under discussion under the previous administration, and the whole point was this would be good governance for anyone, not just for Tiffany Henyard. Tiffany Henyard made it necessary, but they're good practices. So yeah, I have questions about that ordinance and why that had to be in the first meeting.
Right.
Hey guys, make sure you support the Lansing Journal. They've been there consistently. Please support Melanie and Carol. Okay, now this is the question. Why is it an issue? Why we just can't have Thornton Township food box? Why we just can't have that? Like, why everyone's name have to be over everything is just so strange. But okay. But the real question is, how did two different trustees give two different answers to what they voted on? And that's the point when they had no discussion. So local news, because you're not going here, all you care about is the Tiffany Henyard situation. Why don't you just peek in and see what's going on? Like I always tell y'all, check on us in a year. As always, take care of yourself and each other. Bye.